Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Centennial Digital on CISN, driven by Freedom Tire, here at Ankeny Centennial High School for tonight's 4A baseball matchup between the third-ranked Johnston Dragons and the number one ranked Centennial Jaguars. My name's Cade Tomlinson, and I'm excited to be bringing you the action of tonight's game. Today and always, our pregame show is brought to you by Johnston Ankeny. Johnston is your full-service sign and graphics company. We design, produce, and install all types of exterior and interior signs. Graphics for vehicles, including vehicle wraps, walls, windows, and doors. We also do banners, yard signs, businesses, business cards, real estate signs, trade show, and exhibit, displays, flags, and more. Call us at 515-216-1240 or visit Johnston-Ankeny.com. That's www.Johnston-Ankeny.com. Well, like I said before, the third-ranked Johnston Dragons come to town to face the number one-ranked Centennial Jaguars. Taking a look back at last year, these two teams faced off in the sub-state final, with the Dragons taking the win and moving on to state, where they ultimately became state champions. But as they head into tonight's game, ranked third here in 4A in 2023, let's take a look at the Dragons. They are coached by Michael Barta, and coming into tonight's game, they have a record of 12-2. Looking at the team's batting, overall they are batting .309, with the highest batting average belonging to junior number 2, Adam Keiko, with a .410. Looking at the fielding, the Dragons have committed 22 errors. Looking back on the baselines, the Dragons have attempted 31 stolen bases and been successful 24 times. Leading the team is senior number 26, Sam Hesselman. Looking at the pitching for Johnston, the team has pitched 97 innings in total with a team ERA of 2.60. Now, looking at the Jaguars, coming into tonight's game, the Jags are 10-0 and ranked first in 4A. The team as a whole is batting .367, with the highest batting average belonging to senior number 2, Nick Severson, with a .541. Looking at RBIs, the Jaguars have 70 runs batted in, with Severson leading the way with 12. In the field, the Jags have committed 11 errors. Looking at the base running for the Jaguars, 51 attempts and 43 successful steals. Leading the way in stolen bases is junior number 23, Emerson Alberhaski. In total, the team has scored 91 runs. And looking at the pitching, the team with an astounding ERA of 0.9. Starting pitcher for tonight, Joey Oakey, coming into tonight with a 0 ERA. 3 games pitched for Oakey, 16 full innings, and no runs scored out of those 16 innings. There are some of the stats and players to watch as we get ready for the rematch. It's Jaguars and Dragons coming your way when we get back.
Soccer coverage on Centennial Digital is driven by Freedom Tire and brought to you by these generous local businesses: Lamberti Goki Lucci Law, All-Star Concrete, Lincoln Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fiscus Jewelers, The Zoom Room Dog Training, Nick Jarash Fitness, Mackerball 118, Wendy Thompson, an affiliate of Humble Travel, and Reed Plumbing. Jaguar Soccer on Centennial Digital is driven by Freedom Tire and brought to you by these generous local businesses: Lamberti Goki Lucci Law, Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, 72 Degrees, your comfort company, Sinorama Ankeny, West 40 Market, Rainbow of the Heartland, Prairie Trail Sports Complex, Hearts of Ankeny Animal Hospital, the Ankeny Real Estate Group, and Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching, we have the best technology, we have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
You are watching Jaguar Soccer on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Visit one of our 6 locations for all of your automotive and tire service needs.
Laura here, proud to be the team for all your legal needs. Just a reminder to stick around after the game for the LGL Player of the Game. Go Jags!
Soccer coverage on Centennial Digital is driven by Freedom Tire and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Lamberti Goki Lucci Law, All-Star Concrete, Lincoln Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fiscus Jewelers, The Zoom Room Dog Training, Nick Jarash Fitness, Mackerball 118, Wendy Thompson, an affiliate of Humble Travel, and Reed Plumbing. Jaguar Soccer on Centennial Digital is driven by Freedom Tire and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Lamberti Goki Lucci Law, Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, 72 Degrees, your comfort company, Sinorama Ankeny, West 40 Market, Rainbow of the Heartland, Prairie Trail Sports Complex, Hearts of Ankeny Animal Hospital, the Ankeny Real Estate Group, and Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond Certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
You are watching Jaguar Soccer on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Visit one of our 6 locations for all of your automotive and tire service needs.
Laura here, proud to be the team for all your legal needs. Just a reminder to stick around after the game for the LGL Player of the Game. Go Jags!
And welcome back to the ballpark here at Ankeny Centennial High School. The good, bad, and the ugly at home plate. Coach High and Coach Barta meeting for the first time since last season. Talking about zones that are out of play and what to do if the ball does go over to one of those zones. So like I said, Jaguars season ending last season in Johnston with a 3-2 finish. And then the Dragons going on to become state champions. This year, Jaguars ranked first overall in 4A, and the Dragons ranked third. As coaches shake hands and head to their respective dugouts. And we're going to send it over to Rodney Tomlinson for our starting lineups.
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Ankeny Centennial High School for tonight's varsity ball game. Our visitors welcome the Johnston Dragons. And your Ankeny Centennial Jaguars.
Number 2, Nick Severson. Batting third, number 7, at first base, Damon Jerkman. In the cleanup spot, the right fielder, number 3, Cole Ryder. Batting fifth and on the bump, number 24, Joey Oakey. Hitting sixth, number 10, the left fielder, Sean Stewart. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 5, Lucas Baru. Batting eighth, number 23 at third base, Emerson Alberhasky. And batting ninth, number 29, the second baseman, Isaac Brewer. Head coach for the Jaguars is Mark High. For the Dragons, it is Michael Barda. Now, fans, to honor America and those who have served along with their families, we ask that you please rise as you are able and remove your hats as we face the red, the white, and the blue of that very special flag that stands for so much because of the sacrifices of so many.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glares and balls bursting in air gave
We're ready to go here for Dragons and Jaguars. So like I said, Oki on the bump. Looking at his pitching. 3 games pitched for Oki. A record of 3-0. 16 innings pitched. And a 0 ERA. So a strong season from Oki so far. Like I mentioned earlier, the fielding for the Jaguars, 11 errors committed. As we get ready for batter number 1 for the Dragons, Adam Keiko, the second baseman for the Dragons. Keiko hitting .410 on the season so far. As first pitch from Oki, going to be inside for ball number 1. So Oki started on the bump last year for the Jaguars for this game, as that pitch is in there for strike number 1. And if I remember correctly, it was Oki that started the sub-state sub-state final against Johnston last year. As it's 1-2 the count. And rings him up. He's going to get caught looking for out number 1. So Oki puts 1 away. Bringing up Tyne Whedon, number 27. Whedon with 44 at-bats this year, as that one is going to be inside for ball 1. So I know it's just 2 batters, but a trend starting to set here with Oki throwing that first pitch inside on the batter. Another one going to be up and in for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count to Whedon. Oki to Severson. That ball going to be up high, going back, and gone for the Dragons, Tyne Whedon. Going to have a home run. So not the way Oki wants to start this game. So now the first baseman, Sam Hesselman, steps up to the plate. Hesselman batting .286 this season, as first pitch into Oki, swinging for strike number 1. As the excitement seeming to switch sides depending on the pitch. A beautiful curveball from Oki for strike number 2. The 0-2 pitch. Going to be swinging drop third. Severson going back for the ball. Throws it away from Churchman, and Hesselman will reach first. So Okie still going to get credit for the K, but Hesselman will reach first.
Brings up number 25, the designated hitter, Sam Kimmer.
Sam Kemmer, the DH, steps up to the plate. And a swinging strike puts the count at 0-1 for Kemmer. Hesselman on first. Here's the pitch up in the sky. Churchman going to look to settle under it, and if you're keeping track in your book, that goes in as an F3 for out number 2. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 12, Pierce Anderson. As the PA announcer and I think too much alike and about to say the same thing, so he takes a break and goes back into it after I'm done. The 0-0 pitch going to be chopped over to Churchman. An L3 for out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the first. 1 run on 1 hit and no errors for the Jaguars. And we flip the script, and Johnston heads out to the field to get ready for the bottom of the first. Of the first, the Jaguars looking to respond to the Dragons. Leading off for the Jaguars, it's going to be the center fielder, Easton Miller. Looking for Miller. Coming into tonight with a .353 batting average, an on-base percentage of .476. 34 at-bats, 12 hits for Miller. As Anderson on the bump for the Dragons, his battery mate is going to be Cale Moss back behind the dish. Looking around the infield, Hesselman on first, Keiko at second, Lundholm at third, or Lundholm at short, excuse me, and Nuss at third. Looking into the outfield, Timmerman going to be in left, Bryan center, and Whedon in right. The first pitch to Miller is down and in the dirt for ball number 1. As Miller going to step out of the box, let Ryan Weiss get back to the dugout. The 0-1 pitch going to be low and away for ball number 2. So Anderson, a senior on the Dragons team, coming in with a 3.11 ERA. As the count is now 3-1 to Miller. The windup and the pitch to Anderson, and that's going to be in for strike number 2, fills up the count. This pitch going to decide it. The pitch is in, and Miller going to pop it over Anderson's head. And he's in. And he is safe at first. That'll bring up Nick Severson, the catcher for the Jaguars. A lot of twos by his name. Number 2, playing the second position as catcher and batting second. The 0-0 pitch outside for ball number 1. As looks like we have a couple of ducks landing in the outfield. As Miller in scoring position. The 2-0 pitch to Severson outside for ball number 3. I don't know why Moss keeps trying to frame those. It's not going to do any good when it's in the dirt and the umpire sees the dust kicking up from the dirt. But keep trying, maybe you'll get one, and it's going to be ball number 4, and Severson going to find his way to first on a base on balls. And now the whole infield going to come in for a meeting as Jack Compton goes over to take over the duties at first. As We Will Rock You reigns over the stadium, and the stomps and claps start happening from the Jaguar side. Damon Churchman, the first baseman, steps up to bat. First pitch outside. For ball number 1, the 1-0 pitch now coming from Anderson. As they shift the Dragon infield, 3 to the right side, keeping the first baseman on the left, or on the right, 3 to the left side, excuse me. Sadly, we do not have MLB rules, so that is legal here in high school. As it's a pass ball and runners will advance a base. And that one was just a bit outside. I didn't quite get the inflection right on that. So the 3-0 pitch to Churchman. The wind of the pitch outside, loads the bases as Cole Greider gets ready to step up to bat. So Cole Greider now up to bat. Greider batting .219 on the season, .375 on base percentage. First pitch in for a strike. The 0-1 pitch going to be up top for ball number 1. So still no outs here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Going to find its way to the strike zone for strike number 2. The 1-2 pitch getting ready to be delivered to Greider. Here it is outside for ball number 2. 2-2 now the count for the right fielder, Greider. Corners in for the Dragons. The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, and Easton Miller going to find his way across the plate as the Jaguars tie it up at 1 and put runners in scoring position. So still 2 ducks in the outfield and 2 ducks on the pond for the Jaguars. The 3-2 pitch swung on for strike number 3. So now 1 away for the Dragons. And the pitcher, Joey Oakey, steps up to the plate. The 0-0 pitch. Strike 1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Joey swings, and it's caught by the right fielder. Runner's tag, and Compton comes across the plate. Churchman going to advance to third. So a sac fly for Oakey. So the left fielder, Sean Stewart, now steps up to the plate. And first pitch going to find the strike zone. So 0-1 early for Stewart. The 0-1 pitch swung on for strike number 2. As I know you can't see it on camera, but I feel the artist Prince in our presence as a dove on the top of the net. And that one outside for ball number 1. So the 1-2 pitch swung on for strike number 3. But the Jaguars put up 2. And it's 2-1 going into the top of the second. And we'll be right back right after this quick break. Welcome back to the ballpark as we get ready for the top of the second. Leading off for the Dragons is going to be the center fielder, number 7, Carter Bryan. As Oakey gets set on the mound. First pitch in for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch now makes it 0-2. And swung on. 3 pitches. And 1 out.
with a strikeout for 1 away. Here's the third baseman, number 18.
Will Nuss now steps up to the plate. The third baseman wearing number 18. And first pitch going to be swung on. And it's going to be Sean Stewart tracking that down in left field for out number 2.
Coming to the plate, left fielder, number 8, Spencer Timmerman.
Speaking of left field, Spencer Timmerman steps up to the plate. The Dragon left fielder. The 0-0 pitch from Oki. Up and away for ball number 1. Just a little bit too low. That'll put the count at 2-0. For Timmerman. Finds the outside of the zone for strike number 1. So 3-1 now the count to Timmerman. Up off the handle, Alberhaski settles underneath of it. And that's going to be out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the second, your score remains 2-1 Jaguar. And Lucas Brule getting ready to step in for the Jaguars. The 0-0 count in for strike number 1. Brule with 28 at-bats on the season so far. The 0-1 pitch going to be inside, making it 1-1. So like I said, 28 at-bats, 9 hits, as he sends that one to shortstop. And it's going to be Lundholm to Hessel for out number 1.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 23,
Emerson Alberhaski, the Jaguar third baseman, steps up to bat. Alberhaski with 27 at-bats as the first pitch is in for ball 1. a .370 batting average for Alberhaski as the count evens out at 1-1. So that pitch just a little bit too high for the strike zone. As 2-1, and Alberhaski goes shopping in the gap. And he's going for 2. So extra bases for Alberhaski.
Coming to the plate, number 29, the second baseman, Isaac Brule.
So Isaac Brule steps up to the plate for the Jaguars. Runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Brule shows bunt but pulls back quickly. And the count is 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, bunt shown again. And it's going to go foul. So 1-1 now the count. Outside for ball number 2. Isaac Brule, the 2-1 pitch. Outside, and it's a pass ball. So Alberhaski going to find his way to third. A good dirt read from Alberhaski. Infielders are in on a 3-1 pitch as Brule goes, looks like he's going to swing, but fills the count up at 3-2. The 3-2 pitch, and he fouls it back to the net. So your count remaining 3-2 for Isaac Brule. As the Caps come off with a 3-2-1 on the scoreboard. And Brule going to foul that one back again. Infield still in for the Jaguars. A 3-2 pitch incoming. Going to be in the dirt for ball number 4, and Brule finds his way on a base on balls. That'll bring us back to the top of the order. Easton Miller steps up to the plate. So now runners on the corners for the Jaguars. Brule on first, Alberhaski on third. The 0-0 pitch is going to be in the dirt for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch. Miller takes a hack and going to send it to center field. Settling under it is going to be Carter Bryan, but Alberhaski tags up and comes home. So a sac fly for Miller. So Severson now steps up to bat. Severson reached on a base on balls last time up. Brule now the only one on base. As the first pitch is up for ball number 1. Once again, Anderson to Moss, your battery, as Anderson looks to first, but Brule is back safe. And Severson going to foul that one back to the padding. As Ryan Weiss comes out to grab the foul ball. The 1-1 pitch. And Brule will make it to second. So Severson now 2-1 the count. Ball is outside to make it 3-1. So a possible repeat of the first inning here brewing for Nick Severson. And it is going to be a repeat. A little bit of deja vu. Damon Churchman now steps up to the plate, and Jack Compton makes his way over to first. As it's runners on first and second for the Jaguars. As first pitch going to be in for ball number 1. And Anderson going to step off the mound. The 1-0 pitch. Up for ball number 2. (3-0) now going to be the count to Churchman. Looking at your runner on second, Isaac Brule, 2 stolen bases on 3 stolen base attempts. And looking on to first, Damon Churchman, 5 stolen bases on 6 attempts. The swing from Churchman. So forget what I just said. Looking at first, Jack Compton, your runner on first. 4 stolen bases on 4 stolen base attempts. So now the count full to Churchman. 3-2. And if we were in Banana Land, that would be an out. But we're not in Banana Land, and that's not an out. So the count continues at 3-2. So for those of you that may not have gotten the reference, a baseball team based out of Savannah, Georgia called the Savannah Bananas, one of the funnest teams in baseball. As that pitch going to be in there for ball number 4.
That'll bring a visit to the mound.
So it looks like a pitching change going to be made for the Dragons. We will await to see who now steps up to the bump. As Take a Chance on Me comes over the speakers. I believe that is number 29, Rafe McConnell, now on the mound for the Dragons. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Cole Greider steps up to the plate for the Jaguars. As Rafe McConnell now on the mound for the Dragons. Watching Rafe warm up. Looks like he's a sidearm pitcher. And Greider going to be hit by the pitch. Going to walk in a run. So Joey Oki now steps up to the plate. Oki with a fly out to right last inning. As he swings for strike number 1. The 1-0 or the 0-1 pitch in to make it 1-1. So McConnell on the bump, throwing sidearm, makes it very hard to pick up the pitch coming out of the hand. As Oki sends that one into left center, and Brian settles under it for out number 3.
So the Jaguars hang another 2 spot on the board, and after 2, it's 4-1.
So Jaguars hanging 2 more up on the board, making it 4-1 Centennial as we head to the top of the 3rd. 2 up for the Dragons is number 4, Adam Keiko. Or number 2, Adam Keiko. Number 27, Tyne Whedon, and number 26, Sam Hesselman. As Juicy Wiggle comes over the speakers, Cole Greider in right field as we watch him very closely. Warming up the arm. There it is. Greider hitting the Juicy Wiggle in right field as he warms up. As the Juicy Wiggle King reigns over the baseball field. And correction on our due up for the Dragons. The shortstop, number 15, Blake Lundholm, steps up to the plate. The 0-0 pitch outside for ball number 1. So watching McConnell, then coming back to watching Oki. Oki kind of a mixture of over the top and sidearm. A little bit more sidearm than over the top, but the 2-0 pitch now 2-1. As the Johnston crowd does not agree with that call. The 2-1 pitch is going to be just a bit inside and catch the helmet of Blake Lundholm. So coach is going to check on Lundholm, make sure he's okay. I believe Oki made the effort to walk over that way a little bit, ask him, make sure he's okay, apologize for it. So now a runner on first for the Dragons, and that one going to be hit by the pitch as well. So Keiko finds his way to first on a hit by pitch. As Coach High going to make his way out to the mound. That's not the ending I remember to that. As the Freddie Mercury Live Aid warm-up comes over the speakers, ending with a Jaguar growl. The 0-0 pitch from Oki, low for ball number 1. So runners on first and second, Whedon up to bat. And in for strike number 1, 1-1 now the count to Whedon. Whedon showing just how threatening he can be last time up, as he sent one over the left field wall to hang the one up on the board for the Dragons. And he's going to foul that one back to make it 1-2. So Whedon now chokes up on the bat. Sends that one foul. So the count remains 1-2 to Whedon. Keiko on first, Lundholm on second. And that's going to be in for strike number 3. And he's going to catch him looking, hanging a backwards K for out number 1. Sam Hesselman now steps up to the plate for the Dragons. The pitch going to be sent over shortstop side. And they're going to get the out at third. But a run's going to come across. So Lundholm going to find his way across the plate. Keiko going to get caught at third. And Hesselman going to find himself at first. Pickoff attempt from Oki. As Kemmer. So Hesselman now going to find himself on second, as Severson couldn't get a hold of the ball and try and gun him down. The 1-0 pitch. As Lucas Brule going to call that one, and it's going to be an F4 or an F6 for out number 3. So the Dragons add 1 to their score and make it 4-2 Jaguars. We're going to take a quick break as Johnston does their infield, and we will be right back.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond Certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
You are watching Jaguar Soccer on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Visit one of our 6 locations for all of your automotive and tire service needs.
shortstop, and it's going to be Lundholm to Hesselman for out number 1.
One away. Brings up the shortstop, number 5, Lucas Brule.
So Lucas Brule going to step up to the plate. The 0-0 pitch going to be framed for strike number 1. So the 0-1 going to be sent to the second baseman. And over to first, that's going to be Keiko to Hesselman for out number 2.
2 away. Coming to the plate, third baseman, number 23, Emerson Alberhasky.
So I realized after the first 2 batters that I was not actually talking on the air, as I had myself turned down. As Alberhasky sends that one third base side, and he's going to be safe at first as Hesselman comes off the bag from the throw from Nuss. So I believe that will go in the book as an E5. And it will go down in the book as a single. So Isaac Brule, the second half of the Brule brothers, up to bat as that one goes back behind the announcer's booth. So just to get you caught up on the first 2 batters of the inning, Sean Stewart led off, going 6-3 for out number 1. Then it was Lucas Brule grounding to the second baseman. And then it was Keiko to Hesselman for out number 2. The 0-1 pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's going to be low for ball number 1. So evens the count out at 1-1. And yes, you are watching baseball. I know the NBA Finals are going on right now, but we are in fact watching a baseball game as the count now goes to 1-2. As Isaac Brule going to drop that one in left center for a single. Advances Alberhasky to second. That'll bring up Easton Miller, the center fielder for the Jaguars. So runners on first and second, Alberhasky and Brule. Isaac Brule. As first pitch is in for strike number 1. As Alberhasky goes on the run, and he's going to be in there. So mark that one down on the dirt bag chart. One of the many ways the Jaguars keep track of stolen bases is a nice little chart in the dugout. A beautiful curveball that time from McConnell. And Alberhaski going to be safe at first. Miller safe at first. I believe I said Alberhaski. Alberhaski came across the plate. So Nick Severson steps up to bat for the Jaguars. Isaac Brule now on second. Easton Miller on first. First pitch is in for ball number 1. So let's see if the Jaguars can keep up with the trend. Looking at the scoreboard. 2s all across the board for the Jaguars in the inning category. As the infield is shifted. Infield and outfield shifted as a big gap in right center. As Severson going to send one over that side, and no one there. Severson shops in the gap, and Brule comes across the plate. An RBI single from Severson. As Jack Compton now goes to run for the Jaguar catcher. So Damon Churchman steps up to, or getting ready to step up to the plate for the Jaguars. As our home plate umpire starts making his way out to break up the meeting on the mound.
At the plate, first baseman, number 7, Damon Churchman.
Churchman has found his way on base both times up to bat. The 0-0 pitch outside for ball number 1. McConnell gets his signs. 1-0, fouls it back, making it 1-1. As I believe it's a little bit late for the Crow, or the Rooster Crow. But the Rooster sound effect being played over the PA system. As Churchman sends that one to left field, and it's going to be camped under by Brian for out number 3. So we're going to head to the top of the 4th. Your score is now 6-2 Centennial.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
So as you saw there right before we get started here in the top of the 4th, a little 360 throwdown. Jaguar catcher. So Oki waiting for the umpire to be ready. First pitch in from Oki is strike number 1. And once again, I had myself turned down, so I was not actually talking to the people on the broadcast. I apologize for that. 0-2 now the count to Anderson. Anderson sends that one high in the sky. Miller camps under it for out number 1. So that'll put 1 away for the Dragons. Bringing up the center fielder, Carter Bryan. Bryan struck out swinging in the second inning as first pitch is in for strike number 1. Oki, the 1-0 pitch, or the 0-1 pitch, now 0-2. The count, sends it to Lucas Brule. Brule over to Churchman for out number 2. A 6-3 in the book. So Will Nuss now going to step up to the plate. The Dragon third baseman. Where's number 18? Nuss batting .293 on the season so far. Dragons playing 14 games so far this season. So 3-0, the count to Nuss. And it's going to be outside, and Oki will give the free pass to Nuss, and he will find himself on first. Bringing up the left fielder, number 8, Spencer Timmerman. So Nuss now on first. Nuss, 5 stolen bases on 5 stolen base attempts. So for those of you trying to do the math at home, that is a 100% steal rate. As Severson tries on the back pick, and nothing that time. So 2-1 the count for Timmerman. Severson tries to frame that, but it's going to be 3-1 now the count. as Oki going to step off. Three one outside for ball four. Blake Lindholm steps up to the plate for the Dragons. Two outs, two on base. First pitch finds the outside of the zone for strike one. The 0-1 pitch makes it 0-2. Lundholm sends it over to Brule. Brule not able to make the snag. And a run will come across for the Dragons. So runners on for first and second as the infield will come in for a meeting on the mound. The 0-0 pitch swung on by Keiko. Oh, 1 the count. Here's the pitch now in for 0-2. So Oki gonna hang the K for out number 3. That's gonna send us to the bottom of the 4th on 1 run. Your score now 6-3 Jaguars. As we get ready to go here In the bottom of the fourth, a new pitcher coming out for the Dragons. Number 8, Spencer Timmerman. So Timmerman coming in from right field, or left field, excuse me. So we will have to get a look and see who is now in left field.
Spencer Timmerman now on the mound for the Dragons.
So 0-2 the count to and Cole Greider going to be struck out swinging. So Kinman finds himself in center for the Dragons. Cole Kinman, a junior from Johnston, and into left field goes number 7, Carter Bryan. And, of course, Timmerman finding his way to the mound. 1-1 the count to Okie.
Defensively for the Dragons, Bryan moves to left and Kinman enters in center.
The count now 1-2.
Timmerman with a good looking pitch. 2 away. That'll bring up number 10. Jaguar left field.
So Okie going to strike out swinging. Sean Stewart now up to bat. Ball is high for ball number 2. The 2-0 pitch now makes it 3-0. And that one going to find the strike zone, make it 3-1. So no green light on the 3-0 pitch for Stewart. 3-1. Finds the outside edge of the zone for strike 2. So the count now full for Sean Stewart. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And it's going to be ball 4. As Sean Stewart walks the line to first. Lucas Brule steps up to bat. Up high for ball 1. The count to Lucas Brule. Sean Stewart on first. Pickoff attempt to first, unsuccessful. And 2-1 now going to be the count to Brule. 3-1 the count to Brule. Fills it up at 3-2. There is that. 3-2 the count still to Brule. 2 outs, runner on first. Ball 4. And dare I say, Lucas Brule broke the curse. Going 4-3, or going 6-3 in the second, 4-3 in the third. Finds himself on first with a base on balls in the fourth. So Emerson Alberhaski up to bat for the Jaguars. Alberhaski batting .370 on the season. Swings away for strike number 1. Alberhaski 10 hits, 7 of them singles, 1 double and 2 triples is what I have down on my sheet so far. As Alberhaski going to send that one sky high. And going to be tracked down by Timmerman for out number 3. So Jags strand a pair on base. And we head to the top of the 5th. We will be right back.
You are watching Jaguar Soccer on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Visit one of our 6 locations for all of your automotive and tire service needs.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
Welcome back to the ballpark as we are ready for the top of the 5th. As that one going to be sent foul over towards the batting cages. The 0-1 pitch. Barely outside for ball number 1. Same pitch, same spot, called a ball. Nice to see consistency. and swung on for strike number 2. So the count evens out at 2-2 here for Whedon. And gonna be rung up for strike number 3. Whedon caught looking. Oki working the away game, then comes inside for strike number 3. KCCI's here. Is he 13? And Hesselman going to be hit by the pitch.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 25, Sam Kimmer.
So Sam Kemmer now up to the plate for the Dragons. And that pitch going to be swung on. Strike number 1 for Kemmer. Fouled back to the net for strike number 2. And they get him on the pickoff. And that puts 2 away for the Dragons. One to 3. Yeah. Say what you will, but so now the base is empty as Hesselman caught stealing. One, two, the count to Kemmer. Outside for ball 2. Two, the count. You've had the exact shape of a dirt clump on your chest, too. Ball is outside for ball 3. Oki looking like he needs to take a couple breaths, and that one's going to be outside ball 4.
With the base on ball. Coming to the plate, the center fielder, number 5, Cole Kingman.
So Cole Kidman steps up to the plate, the center fielder for the Dragons. Tries it again, and he's safe. Third time's the charm. And he'll try it, and nothing. So 3 tries and then he goes home. Severson now tries the back pick. I think his presence may be apparent on the Jaguar defense. As swinging strike, and the count evens out at 1-1. I'm not even going to try it. Hennis now running on first. And that one inside. Two the count. Outside. Severson. Now in a pickle. And he gets. It is confirmed he gets him at first. So caught stealing is going to be number 9, Hennis. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Your score 6-3 Jaguars. Due up for the Jaguars. Isaac Brule leads off Easton Miller. On deck and in the hole, it's Nick Severson. Unmute. So Isaac Brule leads off for the Jaguars.
Stepping in for Centennial, second baseman, number 29, Isaac Brule.
Isaac Brule, 316 on the season. 19 at-bats. 6 hits. An on-base percentage of .500. Isaac been walked 6 times. As the 1-1 pitch in makes it 1-2. Brule gonna pop it up. Timmerman settles underneath of it for out number 1. So we start the 5th as we ended the 4th for the Jaguars. Easton Miller now steps up to bat. The windup and the pitch. A little bit of
Grilled items are now half price at the concession stand. Half price on grilled items.
A little bit of headhunting going on here
Get 'em while they last.
in tonight's game. So 1-1 the count for Miller. As a beautiful curveball for strike number 2. Miller will get rung up.
Here comes the Jaguar catcher, number 2,
Nick Severson getting ready to step up to the plate. The windup and the pitch from Timmerman. Finds the strike zone for the count to be 0-1. Catcher sets up outside. Ball 1. Appeal down the line. Says he did not go. One count. Outside, ball 2. So from a perspective, kind of looks like the Dragons looking to walk Severson, as that one's in to make it 2-2. As Moss sets up way outside this time. And Severson gonna take a hack, and it goes foul. So 2s across the board, and, well, there were 2s across the board in right field. Now it's 2-3-2-2. Nick Severson, number 2, up to bat. There used to be 2 balls. Now there are 3. And Severson going to send it into the shift. And he gets the out at first. It's going to be Keiko Hesselman for out number 3. We head to the top of the 6th. It's 7-3 Centennial.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
So stepping back up to the plate for the Dragons, it is Cole Kinman. they try and lay down a bunt. One the count to Kinman. Oki puts it in, and it's 1-2. Kinman goes to Brule. Brule over to Churchman. Out at first. So that's Lucas Brule to Damon Churchman. 4. Out number 1.
Here is number 7, Carter Bryan.
First pitch inside to Bryan. Ball 1. As Oki tries to snag that one, but it's going to result in a base hit.
Bryan buzzes the tower for a single. Coming to the plate for Johnston, number 18, third baseman Will Nuss.
So I guess in an alteration of the Top Gun line, doing some of that hitting stuff. As he buzzes the tower. As Nuss is up to bat. Swings away for strike number 1. And he finds the strike zone. Makes it 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, outside pass ball. Runner stays at 2. So now a runner on second, 1-2 pitch. Now 2-2. So Severson makes a trip out to the mound. Two the count. Here's the pitch. Swinging for strike number 3, and he hangs the K.
Oki with a K for out number 2. That'll bring up number 8, Spencer Timmerman.
So another K in the cash register for Joey Oki. As the first pitch in for strike number 1. Runner still on second. Outside, Severson. Tries to get the pick off at second, would have gotten him. But the runner getting in the way. The 1-1 pitch up for ball 2. Spencer Timmerman, the batter. 2-1 the count. Okie the delivery. And it's going to be swung on for strike number 2. So 2s across the board once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And there's strike number 3. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, your score remains 6-3. So another pitching change for the Dragons. Will Holm now on the mound. As Damon Churchman steps up to the plate for the Jaguars. Holm to Moss, the battery now. First pitch in for a ball. Second one outside for ball number 2. It almost looked like a falling knuckleball or something. And the third pitch, also going to be a ball low in the dirt. And Churchman stands there and called strike 1. I think Churchman kind of expanded his strike zone standing straight up. But Churchman going to get the free pass to, or the free ride, I guess I should say, to first. So the Juicy Wiggle King, Cole Greider, steps up to the plate. Got his moment to shine on the defensive side of the third inning. In for strike number 1. So 1-1 the count to Greider. As Greider going to send a chopper up the second base side, and it's going to be an E4. Don't try and barehand that. Use So Joey Oki now up to bat. And Oki a softball style bunt. So I'll go down as strike number 1. No outs, 2 runners on. The 0-1 pitch. Oki sends it up high and out of play. About 2 feet out of play. So 0-2 the count to Oki. Here's the pitch. Looked outside, but called strike 3.
Home will get the backwards K. And that is out number 1.
So 1 away for the Jags.
Now batting, number 10, left fielder, Sean Stewart.
Sean Stewart now up to bat. That looked like it was in the other batter's box. Time called by Stewart. Holm just taking a little bit too long on the mound. The 0-0 pitch. We're trying to decide what that pitch is. It almost looks like a 12-6 change or some kind of knuckleball. I doubt we'll see it again, as both runners will advance for the Jaguars. One and one, the count for Sean Stewart. Infield is in all the way around. And it's now 2-1 to Stewart. Outside, ball 3. A hitter's count. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be ball 4.
Coming to the plate, shortstop, number 5, Lucas Brule.
So the shortstop, Lucas Brule, now up to bat for the Jags. Short and second playing back, first and third playing on the grass. A little bit bigger gap to right center than to left. Looks like about 2 to 3 steps bigger gap in right center. And that one's going to be up high, 2-0 the count. And that one going to find the strike zone. 2-1 now the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's going to be low. Ball gets away, and a run will come across. So the Dragon coach comes out to the mound. And looks like on a 3-1 count, we're going to have a pitching change. So Kinman coming in from center will be on the mound. And I believe that will put Holm out to... Nope, we're going to send Timmerman out to the outfield. Figure out what position he goes to here in a minute. Looks like he may return to his original position of left field. So Timmerman will return to right, or to left, excuse me.
Stepping in for the Jaguars, number 5, Lucas Brule.
So I think everybody just going back to their original positions. Brian to center and Whedon to right. As it's ball 4. And Brule walks the line for a base on balls.
The third baseman, Emerson Alberhasky.
So Alberhasky now up to bat. Going to be low for ball number 1. It might have put him over a certain limit, so he couldn't pitch for a certain amount of days. I know in JV we were only throwing our guys 40 pitches, so it was like one day of rest, and then they could come back Wednesday. So multiple pitching changes being made for the Dragons today. My hypothesis behind that is a certain number of pitches per pitcher as it was kind of weird circumstance. Kinman came in on a 3-1 count as Greiter comes across the plate. So I believe the Dragons only throwing their pitchers a certain amount of pitches, as for different number of pitches, there is a certain number of days that the pitcher has to be on rest before they can pitch again. I know earlier in the JV game, the JV pitchers were only getting about 40 pitches per pitcher, as Alberhaski going to take the base on balls.
Alberhaski with the free pass. Here's the second baseman, number 29, Isaac Brule.
So yeah, the JV pitchers only getting 40 pitches, as that means they have 1 day of rest. So I imagine the Johnston team doing about the same thing, as we've had, I believe, 5 different pitchers now. 5 different pitchers in 6 innings. As the count to Isaac Brule, 1-1. And 2-1 now the count to Isaac Brule. And a balk is called. So Sean Stewart will get the free pass across the plate. The 3-1 pitch, and finds the strike zone for strike number 2 to fill the count. Both Brule and Miller were ready for ball 4 there, both of them. Brule started to throw the bat back to the dugout, and Miller started the march to the plate. And that one going to be ball 4. Brule makes his way down to first. And another new pitcher for the Dragons. Jesus, are we going through the entire pitching staff? So coming in to pitch for the first time this season, it looks like, for the Dragons, number 11, Caleb Hansen. As I do not have him on my pitching sheet for stats. Dad, is that what you looked like pitching in high school? Was your jersey always too big for you? So Easton Miller steps up to the plate, bases loaded. And that one called a strike. Jaguar fans not agreeing. And another run gonna come across for the Jaguars. You had it in the right part of the song. That could have worked. From which side? They're doing Pump It Up. And Easton Miller going to be hit by the pitch.
Bring up number 2, the catcher, Nick Severson.
So Nick Severson, the last batter before we double up on the order. That is very true. He is a clutch guy. Then again, so is Damon. So 1-0 the count to Severson. Inside for ball 2. Severson swings away for strike number 1. The 2-1 inside of the strike zone. To even the count out at 2-2. So Severson to protect. Here's the pitch. Outside, and I heard the tink of the bat. Kyle Miller making his first appearance this year. And Severson going to be hit by the pitch.
Number 13, Jack Compton now enters to run at first base. At the dish, first baseman, number 7, Damon Churchman.
So Damon Churchman, our first batter to double up here in the 6th, which now runs into the 7th on the scorebook. One 0 the count. Churchman. And they're going to get the force out at third, but a run will come across.
Churchman will drive one across.
Kyle Miller making his first appearance here in a Jaguars uniform this year. He was suspended for, I think, 4 games for a DUI. And then he hurt his knee running sprints in practice. And a knock from Kyle Miller. And Brian going to settle under that one for out number 3. And we head to the top of the 7th. Weight room comes from these stands. Not sure if that was a friendly taunt or a not so friendly taunt. But we head to the top of the 7th. For the Dragons, Blake Lundholm leads it off. Adam Keiko in the 2-hole. And Whedon batting 3rd. And Oki returning to the mound. So Blake Lundholm steps up to the plate for the Dragons. And 0-1 early. Just a bit outside of the strike zone there for 1-1 now, the count. And it's going to be sent over to Lucas Brule to Churchman for out number 1. So that'll bring up the top of the order, Adam Keiko, the second baseman for the Dragons, not the Jayhawks. Up and in for ball number 1. And that one going to be fouled back. 1-1 now the count. Oki doesn't wait for anybody. If he gets...
That looks like your track speed, bud.
You're like, oh. 1-1 the count. Fouled back 1-2. Oki gets set on the mound. The windup and the pitch. Going to be sent out right or left center field and caught by Easton Miller for out number 2. Tyne Whedon now steps up to the plate. Whedon started the game off strong and then has kind of died from there. Had the home run in the first, struck out looking in the third, and then looking again in the fifth. And he starts off with a strike swinging here in the seventh. Inside, Whedon scoots out of the way. One pitch. Swung on, and Kyle Miller hustling out onto the green to get the foul ball. Looks like his knee's finally better. And the strikeout for out number 3. That's going to do it here from the field at Ankeny Centennial. We're going to let the teams shake hands, and we will be right back with the Lamberti Goki Lucci Player of the Game.
DeArmond certified used vehicles aren't the same as the rest.
Every DeArmond certified vehicle receives a 175-point inspection and comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 2-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and DeArmond Care. Wheel, dent, windshield repair, repel paint and windshield protection, and a full tank of fuel.
Buy with confidence, knowing you made a wise decision with DeArmond certified.
Find DeArmond certified used vehicles at DeArmondFord.com.
Laura here, proud to be the team for all your legal needs. Just a reminder to stick around after the game for the LGL Player of the Game. Go Jags!
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Well, welcome back to the field here at Ankeny Centennial High School. Your final score, Jaguars 12, Dragons 3. And tonight's Lamberti Goki Lucci Law Player of the Game is number 2, Nick Severson. Watch out on the Centennial Digital Facebook and Twitter, as an interview will be coming from Nick Severson, hopefully sometime tonight. And on that note, on behalf of everybody at Centennial Digital, we thank you for watching. Hope to see you guys here next time. My name's Cade Tomlinson, and signing off from the booth, you are watching Centennial Digital.